What's up, guys? It's Lone Driver Mike again. In this video, I'm gonna talk about my first week driving for Postmates. So I got a summary of, I guess you get a weekly summary. It's pretty cool. It tells you how much you made, how many deliveries, how many rated deliveries, how many unrated deliveries, how many people tipped, how many tippers, and how many miles. It's pretty great. I mean, I was impressed. Lyft has, they give you like a weekly summary for your ratings and all that, but not like your money and then your rating. I mean, they should do that, like a whole weekly thing, like break it down. How many trips, how many miles, how much money you made, how much tips, like break it down, break it down, a nice little summary. So if someone asks you like, hey, how many deliveries or how many trips and how much did you make, how many people tipped you, so you can print it out and be like, oh, here you go, this was last week, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool because I got to keep track of my income here because I do need to buy my own car. A friend of mine said it's worth owning your own car. You get like tax write-offs and everything, and he just said in the long run it's better to own your own car. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. And also you get a bigger bonus if you own your own car with Lyft. You get a bigger bonus. But I'm not talking about Lyft right now. I'm trying to see. Sometimes I get sidetracked. Start talking about other stuff. So I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm all over the place with my videos, but usually, what the title says. If it's about Postmates, it's about Postmates. If it's about Lyft, it's about Lyft. So anyways, yeah, my first week with Postmates, I made $200, 4 days. So Sacramento is slower. So yeah, it's not as good. The tips were okay. I mean, they weren't too bad. I think the busiest times in Sacramento are lunchtime. My biggest tip was during lunch. It was a $100 order, and I got tipped $11 plus $5 for the ride, for the trip, for the delivery. I think it was actually 4. That's a crappy part because, like, you drive to the destination, right? You should be getting paid for that, and I don't think you get paid for that. Because one time it took me like 10 minutes to get to the restaurant, and it didn't seem like I got paid for that time, and that's a bunch of bull crap. If it takes me 10 minutes to get to the restaurant, and it takes like 3 miles, that's a good amount of time and miles, you know what I'm saying? So I should be getting paid for that, not for waiting. I mean, yeah, waiting at the restaurant and then going to the final destination, but going to the restaurant, we need to get paid for that. So I mean, I'm thinking about telling Postmates like, hey, throw me an extra buck or something, man, because that's just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, make it minimum $4, but I mean, if it takes us a little bit to drive there, throw in an extra dollar or something, man. I mean, if I'm like right there, 2-3 minutes away, I'm not gonna complain. But if it's a 10-minute drive, that's not cool with me, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's all good, but I'm heading to Palo Alto area, and I heard it's a bigger, more money over there. So let's see if the tips add up. I worked Concord the other day, was slow, wasn't that good. One guy didn't tip me $0, and one is pending. So yeah, guys, Concord's dead as far as Postmates is concerned. But yeah, my weekly. My rating is 4.9 with Postmates, and I think what happened was on one delivery I was late or something, and in another video I talked about that shortly. But yeah, I was late, so I think that's what happened. I mean, as long as you're nice and you deliver it on time and you text the customer like, hey, I'm on the way. I mean, they like that kind of shit. Like, hey, I'm Mike, I'm your Postmates driver, blah, blah, blah. I'm at the restaurant. Hey, I'm on the way now. And sometimes they need to text you like, hey, can you bring extra napkins? Can you bring forks and knives and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, by doing that, it's showing that you're taking that extra step to be like, hey, I'm your driver, I'm your delivery guy, I'm waiting at the restaurant. I mean, it's just good customer service, and that's all you do. And, And what I've noticed with this job is about 80, 70, well, I would say about 80% of the people tip you. So if you take 10 deliveries, you know, you're probably going to have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 non-tippers, but the rest are all going to tip you. You know, 7 to 8 people are going to tip you, but the other 2 or 3 might not tip, but that's fine. But that's how we get paid with Postmates, because the minimum is $4, okay? And guess what? We have to go to the restaurant, wait, blah, blah, blah. It takes 30 whole minutes or more to finish one delivery, and that we only get like $4 or $5. That's not good, you know what I'm saying? So the tips is what, you know, on the weekly report it said I made $70 in tips, and I had like three or four, three still pending, you know. So what that means is the person hasn't got onto the app to order again, because people forget to like rate you and tip you and all that kind of stuff. They get their food, they don't think about going on the app. It's done. They got their food, they don't need to mess with the app no more, you know what I'm saying? Unless they want to order again later that night or the next day. Usually if people forget, they ended up tipping like either the same day. Usually it takes like a day or 2 or 3 for people to actually tip later. But there was one guy that hasn't even tipped yet, and it's been like a whole week. And that's kind of pissing me off, man, you know? So I'm thinking about making little like coupons or something, or a little reminder like, hey, you know, don't forget to rate me and tip me or something. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, most people are tipping. I mean, sometimes they don't tip right away, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta wait for those pending tips, and it just sucks. I guess sometimes you gotta wait a couple weeks. I mean, that's ridiculous. But yeah, so about 70 to 80% of the people tip you. So yeah, that's how you make your most of your money actually, on the tips. So in 4 days, I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. 4 days, and I made $200. So that's not a lot of money, but it's just extra money. I'm just trying to add it to my income. You know, with Lyft, I can make 300 a day or more, and then if I can do Postmates part-time, few hours a day, you know, Sacramento, lunchtime is really good. It seems like lunch is better than dinner, Sacramento. So I've gotten big tips. I mean, I've worked dinner before and gotten big tips, but I get less deliveries. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like lunchtime is a better deal or something. I even worked in Concord, and I only got like, oh, well, actually, I worked Concord lunch. It wasn't that great. So I don't know. Maybe Sacramento lunch is good.
In a half mile, keep right at the fork to continue on I-205 West. Follow signs for San Francisco, I-205, I-580.
So like I was saying, guys, lunch is probably better in Sacramento, and maybe dinner time, or yeah, maybe dinner time is better in like Bay Area. But I'm gonna go right now.
Keep right at the fork to continue on I-205 West.
Sorry about that's my GPS.
Continue on I-205 for 14 miles.
Okay, GPS, jeez. So anyways, maybe, who knows, maybe dinner time is better in the Bay Area. But I'm going to Palo Alto right now. I'll be there by 12:30. I'm going to go till 3:30, so 3 hours for lunch. I should have got there at 11, but you know how that goes. So I'm going to do 3 hours, see how it goes. I heard the minimum $6, so guaranteed $6 per delivery compared to $4 in Sacramento. So I mean, I'm making an extra $2 per delivery, plus maybe more tips. I don't know, but Sacramento's okay. It's surprising because I took two deliveries of Jamba Juice, not the same day but separate days, and they both tipped $5. So I don't know. Jamba Juice is just great. They tip me $5 every time. So Chipotle, I think I got a $0 tip. The bigger restaurants, guys, like Chili's and just the bigger restaurants, you know, like a sit-down restaurant, they'll actually tip you like $7 to $10. So that's great. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a lunchtime order, it's $100. I mean, you don't want to bank on $10, but most likely, you'll get a $10 tip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how their tip system works, but I've gotten like, not like a straight dollar amount. I've gotten like $10.97. I've gotten like $3.82. So I think they go off percentage, and that's kind of cool because, if someone wants to say, "Oh, I just tipped them 20%," they just push the button and then boom, and 20% $7.58. Then that's what I get. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool because most of the time the tip's like a dollar and a change amount, which is kind of awesome. So that's great. You know what I'm saying? So if I can get tips now with Lyft, you don't make that many tips. I mean, you do, but not that many. Not basically most of the money from Lyft is from the rides, and a good amount of the money from Postmates is from the tips. So Postmates, you work on tips, and Lyft, you work on the rides. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's a different thing. Different. You get paid differently. But basically, I'll be doing Postmates and Lyft every day, and I'll be letting you guys know how I do. But I mean, yeah, I can do $50 a day with Postmates, no problem. So I can bank on that. If I can bank 300 or more on on uh, Lyft, then that's great. If I can make 350 with Lyft, 50 with Postmates, there's 400 a day, and that's my goal. But if I can hit at least 300 a day, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm wasting a lot of gas and everything. So I mean, I've got to make my money, guys. But yeah, so basically, I made 200 this past week, my first week with Postmates. Um, Basically, most of your money is going to come from the tips, or a good chunk is going to come from the tips. So, yeah, guys, just be nice, be polite, text the customer. Let's see what else. Don't be late. Get the food. Go straight to the house unless you're going to be out of gas. But guys, you don't drive that many miles. You don't waste a lot of gas. So that's the cool thing about Postmates. You don't waste a lot of gas, but you make less. With Lyft, you waste a lot more gas, but you make a lot more. So that's just common knowledge. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, 200 this past week for 4 days. So average 50 bucks a day. Sometimes you don't get the tip right away. It takes a few days. So that's fine. I don't really care so much about that. Um, and yeah, my rating's 4.9, and most people tip. 70-80% of the people tip, so that's pretty cool. So Postmates is a cool deal. I know I have some kind of code, but I don't know it, so I'll have to figure that out. I'll put my link below for Postmates, but I like I said, I have to figure what the heck my code is. I don't even know what it is. So anyways, guys, I hope this was a very informative video. Right now, I'm just going out to Palo Alto, see how it goes. 3 hours, lunchtime with Postmates, then I'm switching to Lyft. So I'll see how that goes. And yeah, and then usually, oh yeah, the pay. You usually get paid actually every 4 days. So say you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you're gonna get paid on Friday. You work Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Tuesday, Wednesday actually falls on a Saturday. So if you work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. So if you work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're getting that on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're getting that on Monday. So Monday, you're gonna get usually a big amount only because you don't get paid on weekends, on Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, if you work every day, you'll get paid every day, Monday through Friday, not Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, so that's the cool thing about that. So if you work, you start your week, it's not every week, it's almost every day. If you work every day, you'll get paid every day, except for Saturday, Sunday. So that's kind of the cool thing. And this whole weekly summary thing, I thought that was kind of cool. I just got the text message, told me, oh, and tells you how many miles you drove and everything. So that's important for tax time, obviously. So yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I mean, it's steady income, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be doing that for lunch or dinner, and I'll be also doing Lyft. So yeah, not bad, guys. So if you're interested or you want to know more about Postmates or Lyft, go ahead and text me, email me, or message me on YouTube and or Twitter. You know, I have a Twitter account too. So yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope this was informative and helpful to you guys. If you still have questions or concerns, you can give me a comment below. And yeah, guys, hope you guys have a great day. I think it's June 15th or something, middle of June. It's a nice sunny day today, so hopefully I get some good deliveries and some good tips, and I wish you guys the best, and yeah. Oh, and also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my videos, guys. I just hit 150 subscribers, by the way, so I'm very excited. I don't know if that's really a milestone, but I mean, that's kind of a cool number, 150 subscribers. So anyways, I'm gonna shut my trap now. I'm gonna get on the road. I need to get off the road. I need to get gas. I'm about to run out of gas. That's not a good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna get off the road, get some gas, head to Palo Alto, and maybe I'll make another video later on, or just maybe tomorrow. But I'll be working all day today. My goal's 400 bucks, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. And guys, I appreciate the support and everything, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, see you later.